All right, guys. It is time that we learned a new movement tech. Okay? During this boot camp series, we're going to go over everything. Okay? It might be for, beginner players. It might be stuff you've already heard before, but we want to make sure that everything is covered. I'm not gonna lie. I was a Masters player before I learned half of these more advanced movement techs in Apex. I mean, I wasn't even regularly wall bouncing in fights before I made Masters, and I'm not talking season 17 Masters. So we're going to go over a couple different things. We're going to teach super glides. We're going to teach super zip line jumps. I'll show you guys like my binds for all of these as well. And kind of give you guys some real world examples of where we would use these in fights. And when we're actually playing the game. How sensitivity plays into this. How to wall bounce off lower objects like this. How to fatigue wall bounce. And so let's get to it. The first thing that we got to go over is just the basic of basics, a wall bounce. Okay? A wall bounce is simply sliding, sliding and jumping. And then when you make contact with the wall, you jump again. Okay? If you are on controller, it kind of helps to once you hit the wall, to make sure you are pushing your controller away from the wall. So my left thumbstick, I am holding like to the left here. Okay, so as I run, I jump at the wall. I'm holding my thumbstick away. If you keep looking at the wall, you'll bounce up it. Like if I keep going forward on my left thumbstick, I can kind of bounce up it like that. That alone is one use of a wall bounce. It is much faster than this. Okay, mantling, you're gonna get lit up pretty hard. Doing a little wall bounce and then kind of just pushing forward towards the wall. We missed it there, but pushing forward towards the wall. It's just a slightly kind of faster technique. Wall bouncing is great when we come to kind of a 45-degree angle like this, and we just kind of want to like bounce up here. Wall bouncing is really nice for when you're coming out of doors like this. This gets a little bit more advanced, like this movement, because you're kind of have to do the a sideways wall bounce, which we will go over. So jumping kind of to the side and then hitting the door, but it's fun. Let's kind of show you that real quick. Okay, so there's two main kinds of wall bounces. Okay, the first one is when you're just running directly at a wall, and then you just jump. Well, we kind of ricocheted off that door there. Okay, you just jump off the wall, and then you bounce. Okay, that right there is a fatigue wall bounce. That's a super glide. Our wall bounce, I don't know why I missed those. So, okay. That's a wall bounce. Okay, we're running directly at it. We kind of hit it, and then we just bounce up. Okay, we can do that when we're, like I said, anytime we're looking directly at a wall. Kind of use it to change directions real quick. Now, a parallel wall bounce. Okay, a parallel wall bounce is when I'm not looking at the wall. Okay, if I'm running straight and I want to wall bounce off this wall, it's slightly trickier. It's not super tricky, but it is slightly trickier. When I slide jump, on the jump, I'm going to push not with my eyes, not with my right thumbstick, but with my left thumbstick. I'm going to push kind of to the side, like I'm strafing into the wall. So I'm going to slide, jump, and then strafe. Okay. So if you notice here as I slide, jump, in the strafe, notice at the end there I kind of get just a little movement to my right. Okay, and that's what we're going for. Okay. That little bit of a movement is enough to bounce off the wall. Okay, so if we're running with the wall, we slide, we jump, we look at the wall. Okay. But if you are just sliding, jumping, looking, you're not going to wall bounce. You're not going to wall bounce because you're not making contact with the wall. So you have to do that little strafe at the end. You got to slide, jump, strafe, and then bounce. Okay? That one will take you practice. The parallel wall bounce, it's not difficult, but it does require practice to hit this consistently. Okay? It is a simple little movement you can start incorporating into your games. It makes you look just a little flashier. It does have several kind of real world uses. You know, if I'm being just shot right here, okay, if I'm up here,
let's explore
somebody's
this way.
just standing behind me, shooting me, or they're above me. If I'm just running in a straight line and I'm trying to zigzag, I'm a pretty easy target. So this is just one of those things. If I'm getting shot and I can kind of do that, I make myself a much harder target. You start incorporating this into your game immediately, you start living longer. Okay? It is not difficult. So a couple uses that you can once you kind of go into the firing range and you practice this, I'd recommend, I kind of like to practice it right here. Okay? And I kind of go off that wall. Okay? I'd recommend practicing the parallel. I would recommend practicing going up things.
Might be something good this way.
So just like bouncing directly towards it. So all that is a slide, jump, and while I'm just directly holding forward on my left stick the entire time. My left stick I never stop holding forward on. Okay? I'd recommend that. I would recommend trying these two 45-degree angles. There's one if I'm going kind of to my right, and then there's this one if I'm going to my left. And they're just fun little ways to practice going up. It's just much, much faster than walking over and climbing it like that. Okay? This one here, that's more of a parallel right there. This one's, I guess it's a little bit of a tricky angle to, but it's not that hard. Okay, so I'd recommend practicing that. And then if you want to get really tricky and really flashy, you practice these door ones. The door ones, this is a combination of, okay, as I slide, I'm going to open the door. And then as you notice, I'm not going directly at the wall, right? So I have to do a parallel, right? So I'm going to have to push to my left as I jump. So it's kind of a lot, or to my right, depending on which side I'm going on. And so it's really just a fun kind of movement tech. And it kind of just gives you a little bit of just a cooler like entrance as you kind of come in and outdoors. And you can kind of practice both of them. I think I just picked this up from Ecstasy. I was watching X play and he kind of saw him do this and I was like, oh. It is not easy. You have a lot kind of going on. Do not beat yourself up if you struggle with that one. That's a new one that I myself am learning. Okay. The other thing that I want to show you about wall bounces, okay, is how to wall bounce off lower objects. Okay, it's really easy to wall bounce off of
might be something good this way.
A big flat wall. These lower things, just keeping in mind what I said at the very beginning is as I wall bounce, I'm holding to my left already. I'm holding my left thumbstick to my left before I even hit the wall. So as soon as I jump, I am holding to my left. Before I touch the wall, I'm holding to my left or my right, depending on which way I'm going. Okay? So you can't be late with it. As soon as you touch the wall, it's kind of too late. As soon as you touch the wall like this, it's too late. Okay? So, with the lower objects, it's just a slide bounce, and as long as you are holding that direction before, you will get that bounce. Okay? You can bounce off of, theoretically, any object doing this, no matter how tall it is. I mean, you can bounce off
Might be
this.
something good this way.
It is very, very difficult to bounce off, like, uneven and very small. You really just kind of have to hit them just perfect to do this. And that's close, but, like, we kind of just hit the top and mantled there. So you got to kind of hit it right on the side. I'm not sure I'm going to get that one for this video. But you can practice, you can play around with this and practice just kind of different objects. These ones are fun. This is fun. This one's fun. It's a little bit harder than that box. So once you kind of get that box, I'd start working on this one. You see there, if you hit the top, you mantle. We're really going for that side right there. We hit the side. As long as I'm holding that direction before I hit, I can wall bounce off that. Okay? That is your basic wall bounce. Hopefully, there's something in here for everybody. A lot of this, like I said, I didn't know a lot of this, before I became a Masters player. So, implement these. It's a lot of the times people, they just feel like it's too much. It's too daunting. This is way too advanced. I'm not going to be Fade. I'm not going to be these crazy players. I promise you guys, this stuff is not hard. Like, it's not 1,000 hours to learn how to wall bounce like that. It really isn't. It's not 100 hours. Okay? It is, you spend 15 minutes in the firing range practicing this for 2 weeks and you'll have this down. Probably not even that long. Okay? And it is so worth it, because once you have this, like, just implemented into your game, then you can work on kind of the next thing. You can work on, you can work on fatigue wall bouncing. Okay? You can work on, the super glides. The super glides right now, this is the most OP movement in the game. That right there is it is the best movement tech you can do on controller. And we're going to do a video on that. So thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, share this, and we will be doing these boot camp videos. We're trying to do at least one a week. Subscribe and hang in there. If you have specific requests of something that I've talked about, or you have questions, comment, and we will make sure that, look how bad that stick drift is, guys. My new controller's on the way. Battle Beaver, send me my controller, please. I've been waiting so long. Okay. Let me know, guys.